Well, I'm just wanting to do a little thank you to everybody. I have reached my 1,000 subscribers finally, and I just wanted to thank everybody that has subscribed. I know my channel's not the most exciting sometimes, but I try to give information to some of the different places to go and ride, and I'm going to continue to do that. And this is my grandson Cannon. Can you wave? Yeah, he's 1.5, and I'm really looking forward to when he gets big enough to go ride with his papa. But I just wanted to put a thank you out to everybody that has subscribed to my channel and that's been continuing watching me and help support me. And I'm going to continue to put out videos of different places to go ride. Yes, that's right, Cannon. So thanks again, and then let's get started on my next video. Alright, this is down at Mulberry Mountain, Arkansas. We're staying at the Mulberry Mountain Lodging and Event Center. We're staying at the Sears house. This is out on 23 headed south. I got my buddy Mike. He's leading up there in front. He's in a 2018 900S, and he brought his friend Scooter, who is now a friend of mine now. So, but he's in a, I think it's a 2015 XP. Well, when we go down there, we're staying at the Sears house, so you can't check in supposedly till 3 o'clock. They let us in a little bit early, but by the time we got checked in and unpacked, got done goofing around, you know, it's 4:30 or after. So we decided to go to the Frog Bayou Falls. Scooter has not ever been down here before, so this is all new to him. So it gets dark pretty quick, so we just thought, well, we'll just go there. It's a nice easy ride, a lot of road, a little bit of trail, and so we're headed that way. Well, we caught the weather just about perfect. The days we were down there, it was in the low 70s, sunny. They had got rain the previous 2 weeks off and on, so there were streams were going, the falls were going, and the dust was down quite a bit, which it can get pretty dusty down here at times. And for being into November, we couldn't ask for better weather. And there were still a lot of trees in different areas still had their leaves on in different colors and stuff. If you're into the fall colors and stuff, probably would have been a little better to come a little bit earlier. But what I understand, they had a really dry year this year.
Right here and then a left.
Left right here, right?
That's correct. Hey, Mike, just remember, them one guys could be coming back, so keep an eye out.
Who's coming back?
Those one guys that went to Frog Bayou, there's a possibility that they could be coming back, so just be aware.
Yeah, on my way down, I stopped at the Scenic Overlook on 23 and took some pictures. And a guy and his son drove up to me in their side-by-side and talked to me. They were from Louisiana, and I was telling them about the Frog Bayou, so they said they was going to head that way.
You okay?
Yeah, we're great. Thank you, sir.
So I just wanted Mike to know that they could be coming back if they did. You know, I wasn't 100% sure they went, but they did, and we did run into him.
Yeah, keep going that way.
Now, me and Mike both have Midland radios, so that's why I got Mike leading, and then I got Scooter and then me, so we can keep in contact.
Now here, anybody that has a windshield knows that makes a vacuum and it'll suck your own dust right back into you. So I opened up a fin in my windshield. I have a glass windshield, so it has a fin in it. So I opened it up. That kind of helps a little bit. But for whatever reason, Mike always turns left here.
To the right.
I thought we went towards White Rock. We go towards Combs?
We go right, and then at the next intersection you turn left.
But he always wants to go that way. I guess once you get it in your mind, it's hard to shake it that that's not the way you need to go. But I got the ride command, so I got the mapping system, you know, the GPS maps, and it has all of our old rides tracked on there, so it's pretty easy for me to decide how we need to go. Bad thing about this time of year is the sun never gets up very high. It's always glaring in your windshield. But it won't be much longer on this ride because it gets dark quick.
There's a car coming.
But you can see this is a road, gravel road here. But this is where we actually turn off on what I consider more of a trail.
Pretty sure this is it, isn't it?
Yeah, this is it. Now we're on some trails.
You muted the radio.
Yeah, the thing was on the radios, me and Mike both had the Midland radios. I got a couple of handheld ones. I could have brought them, and I didn't even think about it, and I could have given him one, and he'd be able to hear us too. But I tell you what, anybody that rides with multiple people, if you got some kind of radio, it really makes it nice where you can communicate with each other. Now this guy coming up, he is the father and son that were from Louisiana. They were coming back from the Frog Bayou. They were riding by themselves, so the next day they came up and got in with us and rode some with us the next day, and
Well, I see you found it, huh? Was it going?
they even came up and went on a night ride with us.
Careful, guys.
We did come across several pickups, and I believe that it is bow season for deer hunters out here. I'm saying it's bow season, but I don't know for sure. We never heard any gunfire. Yeah, that pickup there, we run into him on the way back out. He was leaving then. When we get down to the falls, there was a group of Jeeps down there, so I didn't really get out. I didn't want to get in the middle of all their stuff to get a good picture of the falls, so I just put up a picture of the falls that I had taken on a different trip, which it should have been pretty similar with the amount of water that was flowing. This is the thing about having the glass windshield with washer fluids squirter to clean my windshield off, where they got the poly windshields. You can't really put a wiper on them, it'll scratch them up really bad. So Scooter got out and poured some water on his windshield so that he could see a little bit better. But this is right here is down by the falls. You have to cross the river there. I guess it's called a river or stream. I don't know what the difference would be, but you see there's a bunch of group of Jeeps and stuff on the other side. So we went across and talked to them for a minute. They had some dogs, petted their dogs and stuff, and then we left. So I just put up a video from an earlier trip I done, and when there wasn't nobody there, so to give you an idea what the falls is. It's not a big drop-off falls. I'm going to say about 8 foot, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of hard to judge, but it's wide. There's the falls, and you can see it's really wide. Kind of hard to judge about how big a drop. I'm saying about 8 foot, give or take. So when we left there, and now it's getting dark, I was getting this banging noise, so I stopped. I thought, well, maybe I didn't close my box or my tire rack. My tire rack is has struts where it pivots up and down, and by the time I stopped, got in and back in and going, they're long gone. So I sped up a little bit to catch back up. Well, everything was closed down, but the brackets on my tire rack have cracked and allowing it to bang a little bit. So I'm gonna have to do some repairs on that, which wouldn't have been a problem, 6 months ago when I was still working. I was a machinist, and we had welding equipment, mills, lathes, all that stuff, and I could fabricate whatever I needed to do. So now I'm going to have to get a hold of one of the guys down there and go down and borrow their welder, do some repair. I'll probably beef up the bracket a little bit. But I was a machinist down at where I worked, which is Bird and Fletcher. And Mike, he's still working there. He's an electrician there. So between Mike and myself, we could handle about everything that come up. But I sure miss not having access to all the equipment. I might have to just buy me a welder. But I'd like a good TIG welder. Kind of expensive. But we're still on the backtracking back out. When we go down to there, you have to, where I said we're finally getting onto the trails, we have to ride all that back out the other direction, and then we get up to the main road again, and that's when we decided that we're going to go back the Mill Creek side, so we wouldn't have to just backtrack all the way. And it was about 20 miles to get to there from the way we went, and it ended up being around the same distance going back. So we went 43 miles or something like that on this trip to get back, the whole trip. Here's that truck that we had passed that was parked. Boy, he's been driving. There's a lot of red clay out there. He's got his tires all gummed up in that red clay. But we get back up here to the main road, and that's when we just discuss what we're going to do. And we end up going back on the Mill Creek side and getting our passes for that day and the next day.
only 6 o'clock, 6:15. 6:16 is what my thing says. I guess it's right.
It's pitch
Yeah.
black out, and it's only
6:16.
6:15.
So we just, if we go that way, we just stop at the pay station, go ahead and pay for it tomorrow too then. Right? If you want to go that way. It don't matter, it depends on how much you want to ride. Huh? You want to go back?
The piss out of me right there.
Oh, yeah, check it out, yeah. You want to go through Mill Creek back? I think that's better than going back all that road again. So you just go straight when we come to that, where we teed. You just keep going straight, and it'll should take us right to the entrance,
The entrance of
Mill Creek,
okay.
and there's a pay station there.
So we headed to the Mill Creek main entrance. There's two entrances that you got, or there's two pay stations. There's one on the Mulberry side, and then there's one on this side, which is the west side, which is considered the main entrance. And on this one now they got a credit card machine, so you could pay with a credit card if you wanted to. But they still have the old envelope system where you just put your cash in, write your name on the envelope, tear off the stub. So that's what we did, because we made sure to take cash with us that we could pay with, some ones and fives and stuff. So we paid for 2 days
Yeah, I think
the
you gotta
envelope system.
Do you turn right to go in here? Is that takes us to it, right?
I believe so, because I think over the bridge goes to Cones.
Yeah, I think you got to turn right here.
But we'd much rather ride trails than all the road, the gravel road. And it almost was the identical amount of miles. The time difference was a little bit different because you're just going a lot slower on some of these trails. But here's the Mill Creek entrance, and you'll see there's a credit card machine there, a box that you can pay for credit card. There's also an outhouse there, and then they still have the pay envelopes too. But that little box there, the orange sided box, that's for credit cards. So that's what my headlights look like. And then that's my headlights with my top light bar, and then that's my lower light bar. So that's with all three lights, so you can see what kind of lighting I have. Which after you ride with them all on, if you turn one of them off, you go, oh man, I can't see. Where if I just went with the headlights, I'm fine. But once I turn the other ones on and then turn them back off, now I can't see. As you cross Mill Creek and we get onto the trails, we cut across some of the blue loop. Our plan is to zigzag through the blue loop and go up and get on West Fly Gap Road over to 23 and then head back on 23. Now, sometime since the spring when we were down here, they've had a lot of trees fall. A lot of trees have fall across the trail, and the trail circles around a lot of them. A lot of big limbs have fell. So I don't know what happened or when it did, but it didn't. We don't remember it being that way in the spring when we went down there.
This the right direction?
Yeah.
Like I said at the beginning of the video, I finally made it to the 1,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate everybody that has subscribed to my channel. And if you haven't, if you consider it, I still appreciate that too. I'm not never going to make very much money from this. But whenever I do, if make anything, I will let people know how much I actually make. And so all the normal stuff, share, like, subscribe, and all that all helps the video be put out there more, chances of it being watched. But we're going to go up here and hit West Fly Gap Road and then take it over to 23. Now 23 has some road construction going on it, where they have one lanes closed in several places. Well, we have to go by one of those, and they got stoplights put up. They're unmanned. It's an unmanned stoplight, so every time I've came to one, I've had to stop and wait. So I don't know if they're timed or if they're reading if you pull up to it or what, but I've always had to stop. And when we went back, we had one of them we had to go through, and we had to stop on it, which we had caught up to a big group of side-by-sides that were already there waiting.
Left.
Left.
Yeah, left.
But yeah, this is West Fly Gap Road coming up and hitting 23, which is what we're getting on here. Like I said, we came up to the stoplight here, and there was a group of side-by-sides ahead of us, and then after that there wasn't any more, and we get down to, here's the Mulberry Mountain campground area. We're turning in here, and we're staying at the Sears house, which is the house right there on the right. But I want to thank everybody that has subscribed and considers subscribing, and I will be putting out another video in about a week or so. So thanks again. Check back soon.